Okay, hello Twitch chat. I am just kind of making it so that this bit is slightly quieter. We're gonna turn off that music. So the dog is trying to sleep directly next to me. So we've got that bit going on. Um, Also we're gonna be. So I'll load up the world and kind of load in as we're talking. I'm gonna have one of the playlists that I have. Where all of the songs are by Wilbur. So this one will go up on YouTube. Will kind of be uploaded to as long as it doesn't do anything about copyright. But actually, I might still just take the chance on this one. Yeah, I'll do it either way. Hopefully, he hasn't copyrighted his songs. I don't think he has, but I'm hoping he hasn't. So yeah, sorry for being half an hour late to start it. I was sorting out dinner bits, and then found out just like, oh, Tommy In It is going live with Laura at 10. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll watch that. So, not thinking anything else by it. Normally, his law is finished by kind of 11. Well, it's normally only about an hour long. No, he finished it 10 minutes ago. I've just been setting this up. It's like, okay. No, he finished it about 5 minutes ago, not 10 minutes ago. It's about 55, 56 time. So, yeah. That was fun. But he did have good lore and it was funny in places. A lot of throwbacks to the old days when he kind of back before the first L'Manberg War, which was amazing. It's like so many bits and back to the Sam Nook days. I'm not gonna say too much on it because you should definitely go and watch it. Either go to his Twitch channel of twitch.tv/TommyInit or go to the VOD's channel in a couple of days from when this bit was filmed. So, yeah, it should be there from either the 6th or the 7th. Most likely the 7th of December. And kind of watch his stream and then come back to here. Because I know I'm going to end up talking about this later on and I don't want to give spoilers. Or at least not too many spoilers anyway. But it was really good. But yeah, currently I nicked dirt from there and Moss Block converts some of the blocks around it into kind of moss. And it doesn't convert cobblestone, but I'm quite sure it does convert stone. So yeah, I'm gonna have his music on in the background. Okay. I don't know how well you can hear it, but yeah. We'll soon find out. If this works, then we probably will just do it for if we're having mining streams or if I need a chill stream. Just have this playlist on in the background. It's the one that brings me the most comfort. Kind of thing. So, I've got it down as will be comfort. It's all of his songs and it's if I'm angry, stressed, anxious, anything, I put it on in the background and it helps. So yeah, stories. So, I'll put this one in and then I'll go downstairs to the farm, show you what we've done. Oh yeah, before that, I've tried, so as you probably could tell, the Minecraft skin hasn't changed. I went on there, it's not connecting, which is probably a good thing because I have managed to, between gifts and paying out for Twitch bits and some bits I bought yesterday, I've ended up in a couple of days spending over 100 quid, so probably shouldn't do. We've got the grass which is currently spreading so that we can put the sugarcane on there. I don't think it needs to be grass for it, but it would look nice as grass. And then to come down here. Actually, we don't need it to go down here. But we do need to collect dirt for it. So we've got our different layers. kind of thing. So that layer, that layer. Some of them already had dirt on them. That one. And then it goes around to this one. This bit. I ended up getting rid of all of this. So, as you remember, there was a giant pit of lava. Did some extra cave mining as well at the same time. Got a bunch more resources. I've changed my mind on what's going to be in the welcome chest as well for the new people, or for new people that join. It's going to be iron armor still, but it's only going to be stone tools because as much as iron is a lot more common, it can be quite easy at times to run out, especially if there say ends up being about 10 or so people kind of thing that ends up going on here, then that can be quite a lot of people to share the iron between. So yeah, stone tools for the moment. We have also got a new shovel. We have got this one, we've got the poop shovel. Yeah, I think you can guess why I named it. Well, why I called it that. So yeah, we've got that shovel. Because I wanted one that wasn't iron. I wanted a netherite one. Got the netherite one and just like, I have to name it poop shovel. Just had to. So yeah. I had a nap earlier on. Because I'd had a headache since more or less when I woke up. And I just wasn't feeling well all day. The stream made it slightly worse. I had a nap. And it got even worse. It was just... No, I don't get how. Okay. Jesse's waking up and she's giving me evils. Yeah. Yeah, I had a nap. It made the headache even worse. So I ended up like, right, I have to take a paracetamol for it. So we have different layers. I've probably said this in the past stream, but well. I have different layers for what constitutes a headache. So there's the headache where it's not painful enough for you to even consider doing anything about it. It's just enough to make you know it's there. Then you have... So that's a stage 1. And those ones usually only last about half an hour. Then you have stage 2 where it's like that, but it lasts for about 4 or 5 hours. Both of those are usually just gone with a nap or with kind of a sleep. It's actually the only time I sleep during the day is when I've got a headache, because it gets rid of it. Other than that, I can never get to sleep. Then you have stage 3. It's quite painful. They're normally, if for some strange reason I've gone to sleep, I managed to get to sleep during the day without a headache. And then it's a sleep-induced headache, so that hurts more than a stage 1 and stage 2. And normally lasts for several hours. That kind of... They don't really go. They're still not painful enough to make me want to do anything about them, but enough. It's painful enough to be annoying. Then you've got stage 4, where it's quite painful, enough to make me feel like doing something about it, but not to actually have the motivation to go and do something about it. But stage 4 normally goes quite quickly, so it normally goes within a few hours. You've then got stage 5, where it's stage 4, but it lasts longer than a few hours. And I can just put up with it, kind of thing. It just gets really annoying to put up with. Then you've got stage 6, which is... It is massively painful, but it doesn't last long enough for me to have done something about it. So it will have the kind of the pain intensity to make me go, nope, I need to take a paracetamol for this now, because this is going quite painful. But where I'm stubborn about it, it goes, okay, well, go a little bit longer. And then it normally disappears. And it's like, okay, well, I didn't need to take paracetamol afterwards. Then you've got stage 7, which is stage 6, but it lasts the whole day. And that's when it's got to the stage of, okay, yep, I have to take paracetamol, and I've been able to. But they only constitute 1 paracetamol tablet. Then you've got stage 8, which feels like someone's trying to break my head open with a sledgehammer. And they also, at the same time, are trying to carve out my eye. So that's stage 8. But that normally lasts about 6 hours, which is plenty enough time to have paracetamol. I just then be stubborn with it and decide, nope, not going to do it. So yeah, then you've got stage 9, which is I've decided, right, I've decided it is painful enough, and I am actually going to take paracetamol, and it's killing me. And stage 9 is so I have it going across all of my forehead and my eye, well, and behind my left eye, and constitutes 2 paracetamol, but it's only there for a few hours. I've normally managed to get rid of it quick enough. Then you've got stage 10, which is the final stage, which is where it's all of stage 9, as it also goes down to my ears, strangely. So it goes from ear all the way up round my forehead to the other ear, behind both my eyes. Sleep hasn't helped it. It'll be like that all day, and I would have taken 2 paracetamol. So yeah, those are the different stages. So today's one was a stage 2, which was annoying. Oh yeah, that was what I wanted it for. I was getting shovel bits to my nest. And then, so when this ends, it'll be in about an hour. So either once the farm's done, or at about 1:30. I don't particularly know which bit yet. It'll be whichever happens first, really. Alright, Jess, I get it. You want to sleep. But yeah, either when the farm's done or the 1:30. Purely because I'm going to be watching the Pummel Party stream, which I suggest you watch as well. It is quite funny. Although actually I've never watched the whole stream, so yeah, I don't know. I tend to put it on, and then for them it's like 6 p.m. kind of time. For here in England it's 3 a.m. So I normally end up putting it on and then falling asleep for it within about 5 minutes. So yeah, Got no idea what happens during it, and it'd be nice to actually watch one for once. Which, as it is, I've still got a ton of housework I need to do. Oh, yeah, so the stuff I got done today, I got the Facebook page sorted. I got Twitter sorted. I ended up watching a couple of streams. I've nearly finished off another law stream. I watched a law stream that was happening live. So I've just got to do up a shopping list, tidy up my room, tell you guys the cat story, and yeah, and do this stream. And then that would be all of the things that were supposed to be done on Saturday. If you couldn't tell, I'm like massively behind. But that's fine. So yeah, cat sorry. So as it turns out, one of my neighbours about 4 houses away, recently got kittens. Well, at least a kitten kind of thing. And they, of course, haven't put a collar on it, because why would you put a collar on a cat? It's not as though someone's going to see a cat with no collar and think, oh, this is a stray cat. So I'd been getting stuff out for my dinner, getting the sausages out from the freezer so I could do my dinner, when I heard what sounded like claws on wood. And I was thinking, great, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to stare into the face of a fox. Thankfully it wasn't fox, it was a cat. But I turned around and then there was a face staring at me. It was a little cat, and I was like, oh. And I tempted it in, and it was quite friendly. Quite shy as well, but still quite friendly. And I gave it some milk and some strokes. I sent pictures of it to my mum. And she was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cat from a few houses down. So I didn't give it any food. I was going to give it fish if it was a stray, because I thought it looked quite skinny. It could be a lot due to how young it was. But at the same time, I thought if it's a stray, who knows when it's last eaten or what it's last eaten. So I was going to give it some fish. And then from there, found out it was neighbours, which was slightly sad. So I'm gonna be posting pictures of it on my Twitter page soon. It was so nice, and it was so young, and it's weird. So I could hold it with one hand. I haven't been able to do that with Jess since, well, more or less since we first got her. Part of it being because of the breed of dog she is, you just couldn't. It's like with the breed that she is, you just wouldn't be able to hold them in one hand. Look, oh, that brings me on to a new story. So, it's like, you know how in retail you get tons of just different types of customers, kind of thing. Some nice, some just weird, some rude. So dogs aren't allowed in the shopping centre unless they're guide dogs, which I can understand, because you don't know if someone's going to be scared of dogs, kind of thing. Don't want anything to happen. Don't know if the dog's friendly, or because could as well be kind of the dog might not like children, and then if children go up to it and kind of just start petting it, kind of the dog could bite them. So it's for both the dog's safety and people's safety. Except for with guide dogs, they're trained to behave and to not react to those bits. Although people do still ignore the wishes at times of people, kind of the owners of the guide dogs, which I think is mean, because you wouldn't go up to someone in a kind of a motorized scooter bit and just kind of ignore them going, oh no, get off of it, and just take it for a joyride. And yet, a lot of people still see no harm in kind of ignoring the fact of the person might not want you to stroke their dog, and just going up and stroking the dog or making contact with it. And it's like, have you thought that the person might not want that? So I know with Jess, when given the option, I don't let young kids stroke her. Because if they pull on her, I don't know, I can't say for certain that she won't go and bite them. Kind of thing. Even if I'm there, I can't say for certain. I'm 99% sure she won't. But if she's in a cranky mood, and they happen to pull on her or in the wrong way, she could very well just turn around and bite them. So for their safety and for Jessie's safety, because if that happens, we're going to have no choice but to put her down. And I don't want that. I don't want to lose my dog because a child couldn't listen. So yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so given the option, I don't let them stroke her. I'm very much, if they ask about it, I will say no to them. I'll be like, please don't. And most of the time, and the parents generally then just take their kids away. Some don't ask at all. And you hear the kids and it's just like, oh look, mummy, daddy, there is a dog there. Woo! And the parents just kind of be like, oh yeah, that's nice, honey. And then the kid comes over and just starts stroking or giving the dog strokes. And it's like, seriously? And the parents watching it's just like, oh yeah, you found dog, yeah, woo. And they don't do anything to stop the kid. And I'm standing and I can't say anything. For two reasons. One, it's not my kid. And two, my social bits are stopping me. So I have to sit there. Meanwhile, me being stressed is then making Jess more stressed. All because the kids come over and decided to just stroke it for no reason. It's very much, I now get stressed with her when she's around any kids. Because I just don't know if they're going to respect potential boundaries or not. And it's like, no. Ooh. How did I get onto this story? Oh yeah, so anyway, so in work yesterday, and there was a lady, and she had a chihuahua, but its eyes, oh my goodness, she was holding it in one hand, holding it. Its eyes looked as though she was trying. So if you've ever squeezed the hamster, you can probably guess the eyes kind of thing, but you can give him a little squeeze, and it looks as though the eyes are just being blown up and pushed out of them. It looks so freaky. Or kind of something that we have in England, at least. I don't know if you have it in other countries. But you get little kind of squishy bits that you can squeeze. And then it kind of moves the goo inside of it to a different section. And you get some of them with a face on. And the eyes on there, how just wide they go. And that was the dog's facial expression. It looked petrified to be there. And it was just like, no. Oh, it looks so weird. It's probably a nice dog. It looks so weird. And I couldn't help but think, well, why have you bought the dog in the store? So it's not doing anything to help it. Why? If you knew you were going shopping in the shopping centre bit, why would you bring a dog with you? It just makes no sense. No. God. Yeah, so in this playlist, there is shoot one button. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, there's 23 songs, hour and 26 minutes, so good chance you'll hear the same songs over again, depending on how long we end up going for. Because I've got it on shuffle and just to loop the playlist. I would put on the other, so let's see what becomes for playlist. My other playlist, which I'm currently in the process of adding more songs to, GMS and Piera, is 7 hours and 48 minutes long. But I've got a feeling that over half of these are copyright. So, can't really play that on stream, which is annoying because it's got more of the songs that I like on there. If you want to follow me on Spotify, you can. Kind of thing. I go here. My name on there is 33T33. Very sticking with the theme. And then you'll be able to listen to it as a public playlist. I would play it on here, except I know at least 3 of the songs on there are copyright for definite. I only know of one that's definitely not copyright. Oh no, at least 4 of the songs on there are copyright. I don't know with the others. And that's a whole load of uncertainty. Kind of, that's about... So it's... How long is it? Yeah, so that's about 7 hours... 7.5 hours of uncertain. Which... I can't really work with 7.5 hours of uncertain. Not when... Kind of... I don't want strikes on here. Any copyright strikes on here. Or on YouTube. I don't want any altogether. YouTube at the moment doesn't seem to really care. They will just take your money from it. Whereas here, I will get banned. And yeah, I don't want to get banned for it. So they haven't popped... Twitch hasn't popped me up a message yet. Actually, I'm going to stop the music because I don't know any... It's just clicked in my head of... His music could be copyright. And I could get a message afterwards saying that I'm not allowed to play it. Yeah, when he's next live, I'll try and find a way to ask him. Be like, yeah, is your music copyrighted if I play it on stream? Because I don't want to be copyrighted for his songs. Not when... So, whenever I'm doing long bits on here, I stick on my Dream SMP era playlist and I listen to that for hours. It's just kind of hours of music. That or I read, either one. Because it's that thing. There's so many different songs out there. It is just, it's hard to know if it is copyright or not. In fact, I've got no way of knowing if it is until I get charged, till I get a copyright strike. Which is wrong, because I think on the first time offence they shouldn't do. As if you've got no idea that it was copyright. Because how are you supposed to know which songs are and aren't? It's not as though the song starts off going, oh yeah, this is a copyrighted song, or this is a non-copyright song. Kind of thing. It doesn't mention it. The description doesn't mention it. Kind of, you got no way of contacting the artist. Because, let's see now. If I go to that playlist, so Deriva Cat, I don't know if she does copyright, if she's copyrighted her songs. Then there is James Marriott. I know he hasn't. He's kept copyright off, so we can play his song. Wilbur Soot, I don't know. Dream, I don't know. Arcade Player, I've got no idea if they've got copyright on. And it's a game song, so in theory it shouldn't. But then I got copyrighted for some of the music that played in Call of Duty, when I've got no control over that. Then there is Brian Adams. I don't know if he copyrights his songs. They were in a movie, so could be. I've got no idea. Imagine Dragons. Now I know they do copyright, because they claimed me on a song when there wasn't a song. Then you've got Alan Walker, who I don't know. Rend Collective, don't know. Anything. Lovejoy, Wilbur's band, don't know. Hillsong Worship, I've got no idea. I'm Still Standing, which is a Disney song, so most likely. A GTA song, Cult of Dionysus by the Orion Experience. Drums and Guns by Sentiano. So yeah, so a lot of songs on here that I just don't know if they're copyright or not. And so they're not, the people who've done them aren't easy ones either, that you could just go, oh okay, I'll just send this person a message and then they'll tell me, kind of thing. Because you'll end up reaching agents instead. So it gets quite annoying. Because, so the only way I wouldn't get a copyright strike for them was if I had a form of written proof from the kind of artist saying that they weren't going to copyright it. Or if the person kind of just decided, oh yeah, we're not putting any copyright on the song at all. Other than that, it would get copyrighted. Oh yeah, I know what game we're doing Wednesday as well. On Wednesday, we are going to do Rocket League. Sorry, chat, but this might be a very short one compared to our normal kind of Friday or Saturday nights. Let's try and get the bits filled in on here. Oh yeah, these are slabs, so under them is water. Mm. So we want to go this bit and then we're going into the farm. Yeah, chat, we're not going to be going for much longer. Not only do I have work bits to do, but I'm very much struggling to stay awake. Not, not again. It's just crossed in my head as well that I dropped all of the carrots in there. Okay, sorry, Jack. I know this was a short one. I am virtually falling asleep during the stream, which obviously can't sleep on stream. So yeah. I will see you all again Wednesday, unless I feel able to do one after work on either a Monday or Tuesday, in which case you'll see me before then. If not, you'll definitely see me Tuesday. Have fun.